Hey there, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Movie Monday with Jody Breckbill's Stampin' Queen. Wait until you see this card. It is amazing. So this is a creation from my Wow Wednesday class in July, and we've made this before. It's a great, fun, interactive card. It's like a pop-up twist card, and this is cased from a friend of mine, Jackie Bolche. She is a Canadian demo. And so I'm not going to totally do this card to show you. I'm going to show you the mechanism, which is actually what you need to do any type of pop-up card. So we did use, the front is actually a pre-printed card from our Sailing Away Memories and More pack, and the whole entire suite of the Sailing Home. We used the paper, we used the dies, we used the stamp set, so it just coordinates together beautifully. The ribbon, the little trinkets. So that is a Memories and More kit. So when you look at this and you're like, how the heck did she get that to look like that? That's because it's pre-printed. Then when you open it up, it's got this awesome little twist inside. This is just a fantastic card. So like I said, I'm going to show you the mechanism part of it, and then make sure to leave me a comment because I'm going to give this card away. You're just going to get all the pieces and parts that you need so that you can put it together at home, because I don't want to mail it to you, and I'm not going to take up my time on this video to do all the decoration parts. So I'll just kind of hold it open here and let you guys look at it so that you know how you could create yours at home. I did some Stampin' Blends here on the lighthouse and the sailboats, and just did all kinds of die cutting and fun stuff from that whole suite. Also, look at that little teeny little compass arrow, and then I've got little silver pearls inside there just to really pop it. Just a gorgeous little fun interactive card. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you how we're going to create it. So you're just going to make a regular card base, right? Okay, that's 4 1/4 by 11, so it still is a regular size. And then we're going to take this piece of Whisper White that is 11 by 3 3/4, and we're going to score at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4, and that just creates us 4 equal panels. So that is actually the inside that's going to pop out, okay? And we're going to fold that so that it goes in. You're going to come over, backwards, and over this way. And I like to always kind of shim it up a little, so sometimes even my scores might just not be exact, but you do want to make sure that it creates like a little book for you, so that this middle one is the one that pops up. Okay, now I am going to take another piece, and I did use thick Whisper White for this one. This is the mechanism inside that's hidden that allows it to explode, and this piece is 8 by 3 1/2. We're going to score it. So we've got our 3 1/2 piece at the top, and we're just going to score at 1 3/4. Yes, straight down the middle. Now we do need to put an X in the middle, which is what is going to allow it to pop. And so we're going to pull in our ruler here, and I'm going to measure in 2, I should measure, yeah, I'm in inches, 2 1/4, and I'm just going to put a little pencil tick right at the 2 1/4. And my gosh, holy crap, you guys, I seriously cannot see this morning. All right, well, I'm going to go for it and just hope 2 1/4 is correct. It's just a matter of my eyes are that bad this morning. And the next tick is going to be 5 3/4. Okay, so then I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. I'm going to go in at 2 1/4. I guess the key is just making sure that I'm consistent, right? So if I'm off on the top, just be off on the bottom. 2 1/4 is that one right there. Just a little pencil line. Whoopsie. And then again, 5 3/4. Okay, so because we do not have a Stampin' trimmer at the moment, I'm going to show you another way to do some scoring. I could use my Stampin' trimmer because I do have one and it does work, but in case you do not, what you're going to do is go tick mark to tick mark. So you're 2 1/4 up top and you're 5 3/4 at the bottom. So what I do is just line up my ruler on my squishy pad, okay, or my Stampin' Pierce mat. Get that lined up as best as you can, and then I just run my bone folder down across there and create an X. How about that? This is kind of retro, right? These are things we did before we didn't have these tools. That's how long I've been stamping. Same thing, so you're creating an X. All right, easy as that. All right, so let's get some stuff out of here so I can actually work and show you what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna fold this back. I wanna use my bone folder, make it nice and crisp. My bone folder's got some ink on it, that's cool. And then I'm going to, where those scores I just created, just kind of fold them over gently. And what you're doing is just starting to bend that cardstock. We always say bend it to your will, make it do what you want it to do. That just helps this thing go together a little bit better. Okay, makes sense? So now you've got that X. Now you can see I've got like some smudge from some ink or something, or adhesive or whatever that was on my bone folder. This is no big deal. This piece is actually completely hidden in your card. So now what we're gonna do is I always say this is like creating a little house, okay? This is your roof, and these need to start to come in like this. Okay, and see how it created a little house with a little peak? Now I'm gonna make sure that those are really nice and crisp there. And again, no real worries. Now mine is not coming together the whole way, which is fine. And sometimes you might be a little off, you know, one part of your house is a little longer than the other. It's not too big of a deal because again, this is the mechanism that's hidden, because this opening is what allows it to explode. So what you're going to do, and I'm going to just talk you through this because I don't want to, do I want to? I could. All right, let's go ahead so that way you really can see how this is done. All right, this is my card base. So that is 4 1/4 by 11. And I did use, I'm going to bring my scorer back in here because I did use Whisper White. It just kind of holds the card together a little bit more. It's a little bit stronger. So when you're using the thick Whisper White, you do want to score it, because if you just try to use your bone folder, it just really kind of breaks the fibers in the cardstock. So we're going to fold that down. Okay, so those are card base. We do want to put our DSP inside first. All right, so I've got 2 panels of DSP. All right, thanks for rolling with me here, folks. I just want to make sure that this really makes sense to you when you go to do it at home, because then you'll be so happy when it comes together. I love it when a plan comes together. All right, so we've got our DSP in here. We've got this pulled in, and what we're going to do, where did it go? Tear and tape. Yeah, okay. I'm going to use tear and tape. You can also use fast fuse, which I am really a huge fan of it, and I really am sad that it left. I loved our fast fuse because it's so quick and it's such a good, strong adhesive. Now, the trick to this is you really do want to have a good bit of tape on here because you don't want it to come apart on you. And this mechanism is the twister. So we've got our roof covered on that side. We're going to cover our roof on this side. And I'm going along, trying to move along here because I know this sometimes can be like watching paint dry. I know when I'm watching videos, I'm like, get to the good stuff. Get to the meat of it. But, you know, we do want to put this together and have it be gorgeous when you're at home. So, all right, so we've got our tear and tape. Now, give me a moment to think for a second. Because I do want to put some tear and tape on one of these sides. So you're gonna have part of it is attached here and part of it is gonna attach on this flap underneath. So the easier thing to do is while you're here and you've got it, go ahead and put some tear and tape down on that front left panel. And you don't do the whole thing. You're just gonna act like it is half, okay? So see how it's a whole rectangle? Just do some at the bottom. And then this panel, you're gonna do some on the back side of it. And just again, just half. Because if we do the whole thing, we're actually gonna end up with a card that will not open. All right, so now we get to peel these suckers off. Let's do this. We're going to do this back side first. Yep, paint dry. I wish I had speed up. I'm not sure how to use it. Okay, so that is going to go. So we're going to have that is going to be in the point of our card. So we want to make sure that is going to close. You don't want to be too far over, and you also want to kind of eyeball it that you're in the center of your card base. And it's a little deceiving when you have striped paper because it makes my eyeballs go weird. Now, I'm going to think about something here for a minute because I'm wondering if it's easier to attach. Yes, let's do this. Oh my gosh. You guys who are in Wow Wednesday, I'm so sorry because I'm figuring out so many easier ways to do this. All right, so I'm going to peel that and I'm going to take my accordion that I made and I'm going to make sure that it's opening this way. Okay, so I've got my two, that point in the middle is folded down and I'm going to put it so that it's going to slide underneath here. And I'm going to kind of center it, but I'm also making sure I'm up far enough that it is not going to stick out the bottom of my card when my card is shut. Okay, I hope that's making sense. So now we just need to carefully pull these tabs off on the back side. I definitely am not recommending snail adhesive for this project. So you can see how there's a lot of tension on it. So now we're going to peel this off. And then we should just close it. And you know, we always say a little prayer. Oh, please let this work. And when you open it, it twists open. And sometimes your first couple times you kind of have to get it to work a little, you know, kind of make it do what you want, and then it just really goes together amazing. So there you go, guys. That's the mechanism. Like I said, I am going to get you all the pieces and parts, so make sure you leave a comment, and I will send this to you, and you can have your very own gorgeous pop-up card. Thanks so much for sticking with me, guys. I know this was a little bit of a longer video. You have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week for Movie Monday.